Hi, everyone. Happy New Year. Once again, last week we talked about New Year's resolution, and we also talk about people are feeling very inspired and motivated right now to do good things to themselves. So to get started, the best way is to look at yourself with some common linguistic patterns or thought patterns that you often do in your self-talk or self-thinking that would otherwise cause overthinking, over-worrying, increasing your stress and level of anxiety. Last week we talked about 5 different things such as all or nothing, black or white thinking, mental filter, jumping into conclusions too quickly, emotional reasoning, and unnecessary labeling of self-identity. Today I'm going to talk about the other 5 common patterns that you should pay attention to, become more aware of it. When you do any of it, put on a mental note, that's not doing any good for me. I gotta change. Okay, so number 6, overgeneralizing. Nothing good ever happens. Everything is always rubbish. Do you realize when you are using that kind of term of talking and thinking, everything, nothing, always, ever, you are generalizing the entire patterns of all the things that happen to you in your life? Is that really true? Because a lot of those conclusions are based on single or a few events. They're not everything, but you're making them so broad and jumping into this kind of firm conclusions when your conclusion is not even true, not reflecting on the reality. Number 7, disqualifying the positive. So it's like you discount all the good things that happen to you and other people in your life because you will say, that doesn't count. I'm just lucky. I don't think it's anything special. I'm just lucky. Yeah, it's not a matter, not a big deal. Here you go. Why doesn't it count? Like, for example, you get a raise, you deserve it. It's not because you are lucky. It's because you work hard. You achieved something good, so you get a raise. Of course it counts. Or, I'm just being lucky. Why should you be lucky all the time? Nobody is lucky for 100, 200% of the time. If something good happens to you, it's because you earn it. You deserve it. You qualify for it. So stop automatically getting into this autopilot mode to disqualify your own accomplishment, to discount yourself. That doesn't do you any good. That only makes you feel worse about yourself, especially when it's not even true. Number 8, maximizing or minimizing. So what I'm saying is you blow things out of proportion. Like, for example, you feel stressed because you have a long to-do list and you are making it like this is the end of the world, a bomb is going to explode. Is it really the same as the bombs that are exploding in the war zone in the battlefield? Is it really the same? Not to that extent, right? So you're maximizing it unnecessarily, or minimizing, like making things less important when it's important to look at it. So for example, you might be in a toxic relationship, you are with narcissistic abusers, and you're minimizing it, like, yeah, no, he say that kind of things to me, or he does that, but it's not important, it's not a big deal. It's actually a big deal. It's very important, because if anything that hurts your core integrity, that's gonna damage your inner peace, that's gonna shake your entire personal wholeness. Number 9, using words like should, must, ought to be, and that will make you easily feel guilty, like you've already failed. and you do the same thing to other people, what that will happen is you're just going to cause a lot of frustration. So for example, yeah, I must follow on this new diet routine every day. Okay, it's a good idea that you stick to it, and following the routine, changing the habits will definitely work a lot better than not doing it. But when you keep on saying, I must, I must, I must, what it does is it makes you feel like a total loser when you don't do it. How about a better way of thinking is, oh, I fall off on my routine a little bit. Maybe it's too aggressive, it's too difficult to change so drastically. So what I need to do is break down my routine into smaller baby steps that are easily achievable. Then it's easier for me to move up one by one. Number 10, personalizing. This is all my fault. I see this so often of blaming yourself, taking responsibility on something that wasn't completely on you, or blaming other people for something that was you are partially responsible for. So, like in the case of when a relationship fails, people go to break up, it's really all your fault. Just because somebody chooses to break up with you, is that because it's your fault in the relationship? Couldn't it be that that person has changed, that person has a new, different perspective, that person has a new, different preference? And is that really your fault? People change, you cannot control it. Or you have a troublesome family, such as there might be some addictions involved in your family. Okay, so is that really your fault that you have addicted people in your family and that their selfish or irresponsible behaviors cause you pain? Not really. Okay, so here are the list 6 to 10 about the common self-talk or thinking patterns that could easily increase your level of stress, anxiety, and making you overthink and overworry. Have a look at the checklist, make a mental note on yourself, keep on reminding yourself, don't repeat of any of those patterns. Have a good day. Bye-bye.